What is a scary or horrifying fact that shouldn't be true, but is? Every single year, there are thousands of people in the US alone who disappear. Most of them show up again, usually the next day, but sometimes a few days, a few weeks, or even a few months later. However, out of these thousands of people, there are roughly 150 people, every single year, who disappear and simply never appear again. Nobody knows what has happened to those people. They might be dead, they might not be, we simply don't know. People forget sometimes just how big the world is. There are still a lot of uninhabited spaces where someone can die and simply not be discovered. One of the experiments the Japanese did during World War II at Unit 731 was cutting off limbs of living, waking people without anesthesia and sewing those limbs onto other prisoners. They also infected male prisoners with various infectious diseases, then forced them at gunpoint to rape pregnant prisoners to see if the disease would transmit to the baby. Fun fact: researchers from Unit 731 were given immunity by the US in exchange for knowledge gained from their experiments. The Soviets tried 12 for war crimes. The accounts of victims from the trial and elsewhere were labeled as communist propaganda. Dylan Klebold, one of the killers of the Columbine massacre, attended the school's prom 3 nights before the shooting. When he got home, he was talking to his mom and showed her the flask he'd brought to prom, explaining that they'd only drank a little bit. He told her, "I just wanted you to know you can trust me." It's so chilling that he could say that and less than 72 hours later participate in the killing of 13 other people and himself. What's even more frightening is that Columbine was really a failed bombing. They intended to blow up the entire school with propane bombs. Fortunately, none of them detonated. You could die at any moment without any notice, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. As a severe brain injury survivor, I can testify to this. This is very true. You could simply drop dead at any moment with no prior indication. There is nothing you can do about it but accept it. Death is inevitable, and accepting that it can happen at any time is a solid step towards happiness. If you are a healthy 20-year-old, you have around 2,860 weeks before you die. Just 2,860 Sundays. The average person will be less successful than they think. About 153,000 people die on your birthday. Seals have been known to rape penguins. If you took all of the world's spiders and let them out in the Netherlands, they would consume the country's population in 3 days. 1 in 50 of us is walking around with a brain aneurysm. It just hasn't ruptured. The Colombian serial killer Pedro Alonso Lopez, who is known as the Monster of the Andes, raped and murdered over 300 girls from Ecuador, Peru, and Colombia. However, after he was caught and imprisoned for 18 years, he was put in a psychiatric hospital. There he was reviewed, declared to be sane, and was set free, in spite of his blatant avowal that he fully intends to kill again. Ever since his release in 1998, nobody knows where he is or what he's doing. In Argentina, we have no DNA bank and a barely functional fingerprint detection system, even though we invented that bitch. Also, negligence by forensics is the norm. What does this mean? In Argentina, if you kill someone you don't like, but the cops never suspect you, you'll never ever be remotely close to being busted. In fact, anyone could get away with murdering a stranger at any time without previous preparation. And if they somehow catch you red-handed? A life sentence is 35 years here with parole every couple of years, and there's a law that says that by every 2 people that get incarcerated, 1 must be freed, so there's always the chance you'll get randomly freed. Also, the average time a killer does here is between 10 and 20 years. The fact that we don't murder each other as much means anarchy could possibly work, I guess. Thank you very much for watching my video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment down below. I will see you in the next video.